Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's webinar. My name is Jeremy Jenkins, and it is my pleasure to present to you one of our up-and-coming rock stars in the company. She is in charge of, well, her title is President of Business Development. So it is my honor to be here today with Kinsey Lindgren. She is up in Idaho, and I know she's in the process of making plans to come down and be closer to the corporate office here in Utah at some point soon. But Kinsey, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
No. This is going to be great. So, Kinsey, the reason I wanted to have you come on today is because about a month or so ago, we were, in a meeting, a leadership meeting, and we got to hear your story, and it really was an amazing story. It really, touched my heart, and I'm sure everybody else's, on what the Divvee vision is and why, that we're doing what we're doing. And so I'd like to start out, if we could, just kind of have you talk about what you saw in Divvee, why you're here, what made you decide to pull up your roots from Idaho and come to Utah. What is Divvee for you?
Yeah, of course. I'll just dive into my story. Thanksgiving, so a few months ago, I received a Facebook chat from Darren, who's our show, and it was out of the blue. I've known him, probably 16 or 17 years. I hadn't spoken to him for a while. I had no idea where he was working or what he was doing. So to get a Facebook chat was surprising. But it was simple and it was straight to the point. It's I have no idea what's going on in your life, which made me laugh. That just show how close of friends we were. He said, if you become a free agent on the business side of things, I'd like you to consider working here. And then probably a minute, and he said, by the way, happy Thanksgiving. So I chuckled a bit, and I was shocked. I had no idea, again, where he was working, but really, I just sat there kind of in stunned silence. Little did I know that I had just recently started looking for a new opportunity. As a bit of background, I come to Divvee by way of one of the largest couponing. I was blessed to be able to work there for almost 7 years, and the majority of that time I spent as their COO. I joined the owners in the very big company. We were just a bunch of contractors trying to figure out how to monetize, how to grow. And over the course of that 7 years, a lot of them happened. We identified and discovered new revenue streams. We stripped operations and processes. We built new departments. We hired an amazing team. We found new ways to market and new ways to communicate. We formed strategic partnerships with some of the largest CPGs in the world. We grew a lot. We made some mistakes. We overcame a lot of challenges. We pushed ourselves. And ultimately, we grew from nothing, 13 million visits per month to the site. And it was quite an amazing journey. It was amazing to be part of, and it was amazing to even personally be able to grow and develop in that capacity. With that said, if Darren would have reached out even a month prior, I probably would have politely said thanks, but no thanks. But I was at a point in my life where I needed and wanted to pour my passion, my creativity, and my strategic thinking into something new. And what I was looking for was a company that really didn't being a company that had a mission that they were passionate about and that they believed and lived. I wanted to find a company that had identified those core values and, again, lived by them. I wanted to be able to make a change, be part of something that was excited about. So when I asked Darren more about Divvee, it was kind of funny because he was skeptic in our initial conversation. I even got him on the phone, and he still wouldn't tell me anything. Actually just said, prefer to tell you in person, so why don't you come meet me, meet Richard and Troy, get a feel for the company. And in my mind, Darren, that's an hour drive. But he piqued my curiosity and my interest. So just I hopped in my car and I drove that 6 hours down, and I met him on a Friday morning. And I sat there for about 5 hours, just learning and dusting as much as I could, met a lot of people, got a great feel for who Divvee is and where they want to be and what they're all up. A lot of things happened during that 4-hour visit. But there's one in particular that really, really stuck out to me. And it's something that I'll never be able to forget. It was a story that Richard told. So kind of imagine this. I'm sitting in an office with Darren and Richard and Troy to my left. And they're asking me questions. They're asking me about who I am and I believe, kind of looking for. We started talking about vision statements and passion, and I was the one doing the question for a bit. I turned it to them and said about Divvee. And what's the point? What's the mission? What's passion? Why are you doing what you're doing? And I'll never forget Richard's response. He laughed and he kind of shook his body to me and he moved forward, and I could tell that what he was able to share was something meant a lot to him. And he said, picture a single with a couple of kids working 2 jobs, trying to make ends meet. He's saying that he has to pause a little bit to gather himself and the room, and we could all feel what he was talking about. He said, we have to give her the opportunity to earn an extra $500 a month from her phone. That's where we want to start. We want to start with $500 a month. And then he went further. He said, but we want our kids an opportunity too. We want to give her kids the opportunity to earn rewards so they can afford things that they wouldn't otherwise be able to afford. He allowed more. Again, I'll never forget that. He got choked up. Like I said, he had to pause a couple of times. And the passion, and the emotion was almost tangible in that room. And I sat there and I was touched and I was totally inspired by what he was saying by the vision. Darren then went on to share the concept. He said, we're creating this app and our affiliates will be able to download and they'll share and they'll be rewarded for it. And he was really super excited about it. He's like, simple as that. And my eyes got, this is the world I had been living in for the last years. In my past, we helped companies acquire new customers. We would connect our users, other companies, and help them. So I knew these opportunities existed. So I remember saying something like, probably leaned forward and my eyes got big like they are now. And my voice probably got louder because that's what happens when I get super excited about something. And I said, so many more ways to earn. And all 3 of them just stared at me. And I said, you can earn by sharing your email. You can earn by signing up for a product sample. You can by joining a survey panel or being a survey panel. I even told them about one of my favorite offers that we had run. It's an offer that's really cute, $5.95. I mean, it's just an adorable little product trial. The payout attached to it, and as soon as I said 64, I think all their eyes got huge and their jaws dropped. And then they kind of started seeing the potential. And that I saw when I sat there, take the potential and all these amazing ways to earn that already exist, and couple that with the passion and the rate of growth Divvee's experiencing. And it's just, mind is thinking potential. So it was an awesome meeting. It was an awesome visit. As I made that 6-hour home that afternoon, I wrote in silence most of it. And I thought about 2 really important things. One, does this company have that kind of passion, vision that I'm looking for? And that was an easy answer. Absolutely. I felt it. I knew it. The other thing that I thought about is something called the law of value. And it says your true worth is determined by how much more you give in value than you receive in payment. And I bring value. I help this company grow. write what would be my 30-day plan, my 90, I see myself in 2 years. And the wheels were just spinning in my head. And I thought, absolutely, I could already identify, first that we could partner with. And all my contacts from my previous place, gosh, I just saw so much potential. And then I decided, yes, this is something for me. So forward just a little bit. Here I am, having been working with Divvee almost 4 months. And as we're building and growing, as we're getting things set up, troubleshooting, as we're overcoming challenges that pop up, my mind always back to that tree. And this will give you a better idea of why I'm here at Divvee. I wasn't just touched by the passion in the room and by the passion in Richard's voice. I was touched because I recognized that story. I'm going to get choked up. I'm that story. I'm that mom with a bunch of kiddos that's tirelessly to make ends. I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like to carry that load. I know that story. I know what an extra $500 a month means. I know that stress. 7 years ago, I got a knock at my door. And it was a visit that would change my life. No idea at the time how completely it changed my life. It was a friend of a friend I know very well. I invited her in. She sat on my couch. And she said, will you write for my blog? And I was a bit surprised. I didn't know how she found out me or whatnot, but it was a good opportunity. And even though there was a little bit of hesitation on my part and maybe a little bit of fear, I said yes. And again, little did I know at the time how that opportunity would change my life. I was at a time in my life when I needed something to pour passion into. I needed something, I needed to find hope. And that's exactly what it did for me. I found hope. I was my talents and my skills and passion and really grow. And as I poured myself into this opportunity, it was amazing the transformation that started taking place. My confidence grew. My capability grew. Opportunity, I held on to those opportunities and really made the best of them. My passion grew. And that's somewhat happens when you find and you start building confidence. Sometimes life is a little bit about surviving. We get in the trenches and things are a little bit, we forget to dream. And it's amazing that as I found hope and my confidence grew, I started dreaming again. And honestly, I discovered this entire new Kinsey. On top of that, I was lucky enough to grow a team and start networking and meeting amazing people, and my community grew. Like I was a part of something. So hope, confidence, community, ultimately that opportunity, 100% without a doubt, changed my life. Absolutely changed my life. Here's the kicker. That opportunity 7 years ago was for $500 a month. When she sat on my couch, she said, will you blog for $500 a month? And Richard told me this story about helping to change a single mom's life with a $500 a month opportunity. I was hooked because that's my story. Because I know what $500 can do for someone's life, not just for their checkbook or their bank account, not because it gives them a little bit of a little cushion, a little freedom, because it's because what it does for the person. It really does instill hope. It really can build confidence and create community and ultimately change someone's life. I really believe in the power and the vision, the potential, and the passion that is Divvee. I know what opportunities like this can do for people, and I know that it has potential to change lives. We really are 100% without a doubt about hope. We're about confidence. We're about creating a community, and we're all about change, and that's why we do, and that's why we're working. And everyone in the office believes that. We believe that we live it. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful for this opportunity, grateful for that random Facebook chat on Thanksgiving. And I honestly can't wait to see how this all unfolds, because it really will change lives.
Awesome.
And that's my story.
Oh, I love it. No, that's exactly what, motivated me when I first heard it. It was like, oh my goodness, that is so cool. Because it's true. It's true that extra $500 a month, for those of us that have been network marketing and we've made a lot of money and all that, you hear, $500 a month, what's that? But for a lot of families, for a lot of individuals, that extra $500, it's a lifesaver. It's a breath of fresh air. It really is. It's pure oxygen for some families. And to be able to make that a reality is something, that it's like the holy grail, because, network marketing, I've been doing this for 20 years and I've seen everything, and we go out and then we try and get people involved and we try and get them sold on some product and we tell them, hey, this is going to, take 3 to 5 years of your life to finally get it to where it's kind of giving you a decent income and everything. And most people just can't do that. They just can't handle it. They give up too quickly. They can't stick it out. And I think with the Divvee model and everything that you're bringing to the table, this is a reality for people that it can start happening fairly quickly. Obviously it's not a get rich quick thing. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. You still have to kind of go out and do it, but it's something that it's a reality for these individuals to start doing it in their first couple of months. I think that's real here. And that's so cool. So Kinsey, can you tell us a little bit about more detail about some of the things you're bringing to Divvee and how they work?
So kind of allude to the fact so many different ways to earn. And these live already in what I call affiliate networks or ad networks. And so I've been working really, really hard to establish a relationship between and these networks so that once we're plugged in partner, we have endless inventory. I can tell you right now, we have 20 to 30 partnerships already. And within every single network, there are hundreds of, I call them offers or deals. And really to an affiliate, that just means hundreds of ways to earn. Right now, we're working on the technology to be able to plug really just a way to be able to inventory to the app so that the user experience on the site is really seamless and easy. So all an affiliate does is open their phone, they have offers, they choose from them, and then they begin by taking action. So we have the inventory really is endless. From the technology, since we're just plugging it in and streaming it so we can deliver it in a really great way. So pretty soon you'll have ways to sign, ways to take a survey, and really as we implement, we'll just have more opportunity. I mean, more opportunity will come our way that we're real people taking real action. As advertisers look at what we're sending and they get really super excited about the opportunity growing and growing and growing. Awesome.
So one of the questions I always get is, we hear the name of Jeff Romney, as being involved in Divvee, but he really hasn't been a public face of that. And so I just wanted to, if you could touch on, what is your relationship with Jeff Romney? How are you two working together to make this happen?
Jeff's freaking amazing. I love that man. He's super talented. He is a visionary. He has an amazing mind. To be honest, it's been interesting because I've been trying to in Boise. So my house has sold, and hopefully I'll be in the couple of weeks. So once that happens, it'll be much easier to pull in the business development department and really faster. Fun has been to implement some of this inventory. And once we can get that up and proven, then the ability to go direct sell. And that's kind of, he has far-reaching contacts. He knows a lot of people. Really, what we're doing on the business development side of things is revolutionizing the industry by being able to give real-time, instant data, real-time, instant delivery. So whether a company's looking for app downloads, whether a company's trying to grow an email list, or a company wants surveys to find out key opinions, we can go to companies that we know, direct sell to them, and give them those results. And that's where Jeff steps in. And he already has a plan. He already is thinking, okay, I can go to these people and these people and these people. We have to do step one first in order to be able to do that. So he's present, he's working. We have all of this big vision and these plans. We just have to, be organized before we get to that point.
Awesome. Perfect.
But he's awesome. I love him.
Yep.
Great guy.
Great.
Yep.
All right. So the next question I have for you has to do with international. You can see that we've got a guy from Italy on with us, one of the big leaders we got from there. And then, of course, we've got several from Latin America. They're very anxious. What can you tell us about what you're doing to get international inventory?
Yeah, so a lot of these that I talk about, they are international. So they have one of the companies has a presence in 100 different countries. And so as we're making partnerships, we're aware of the international element of Divvee. I've reached out to all of them and said, hey, we're present here, 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 and here. Do you have inventory? And the answer is always yes. The inventory is a little lower than it is in the US. But again, we need to launch in the US. We just launch with these marks, move the product, make sure that it's working, and then we go after more and more and more. I kind of think once we set up these partners, then we'll batch up 5 more, then 5 more. Pretty soon, if we have 30 different inventory suppliers feeding, then we'll be in a really great spot, and we'll be able to say, okay, step back, look at inventory by countries, and then again, direct sell. We'll be able to find more opportunity. But the simple short answer is yes, we do have inventory internationally.
Awesome. So how important is it? Richard always talks about that we are co-creators, right, with Divvee. And so one of the things I'm trying to help people in other countries try to understand, because their question is always, well, if I don't have a lot of inventory and I don't have a lot of benefits and stuff, what good is it for me to join Divvee and participate? So we end up with this kind of a chicken and egg kind of situation, right? Where Divvee's saying, we need more people in a certain country, to then be able to go back to the different, providers of inventory and say, hey, look, how many people we got here. So what would you say to that? Is it important that these guys in other countries go and build it out first before we can get the inventory, or is it kind of going to go back and forth? What do you think?
It's tricky. It's tricky because up until now, I feel like we have grown on the affiliate side of things. And so now it gives me the opportunity to say, okay, to my partners, the people that I'm talking with, I can say, hey, we have 350,000 users. Let's plug in and start feeding them inventory. I'm really excited because I feel like once rank and share is back on, once you see the type of inventory that we have, the growth from that on the affiliate side of things is going to be phenomenal and insane, because you're going to have a product that actually works. You're going to see, oh my goodness, I can earn by doing this. And it's going to be a snowball effect, I think. And so within the coming weeks, I think we'll kind of organically see the affiliates want to grow more and get really excited about it because they'll see that there's a way to earn. With that said, when we have more users, more opportunities come our way. So again, it's kind of like that chicken and an egg thing, because I can't go to a supplier and say, hey, I have Italy, if I only have 5,000 users. I do need more users for partners and companies to be really excited and want to come to us and say, awesome. But again, because a lot of these suppliers are international, even if we start small and we show them that we're real people taking real action and sending quality, they'll come to us and say, hey, we want to do more. What do you have in Italy? What do you have in Peru? What do you have in Brazil? And I can say, hey, we have this and this and this. They'll actually come to us and say, okay, we have this really great opportunity. Reach out to your users and let's get going on this. So I think we have to work together in that regard. we have to grow, and our responsibility is to actually do so that you can earn. And I kind of work, you tell us what you need and we tell you what we need. I think we'll kind of achieve together.
Awesome. Awesome. Perfect.
I don't even answer the question.
Yep. No, this is great. So we're coming up on the half hour. I wanted to keep this kind of short, because when videos, when they show up on YouTube and it's an hour or 2 hours long, then people are like, I don't have time for this. So this was perfect because, great point to stop. I think we've covered pretty much everything, how it's working, what's going to be coming. Any final thoughts for those that are getting involved in Divvee? Maybe just kind of, let everybody know what's coming, where you see Divvee in the next month, 2 months, year, and why it's a great time to get involved.
Yeah, I would say jump right in. I would say you have nothing to lose. I mean, it's when I look at Divvee down the road, and this is the reason why I jumped, I thought I can't pass up this opportunity. What we're doing is so unique. What we're doing groundbreaking. There's such potential. Passion is there. We're getting everything lined up and streamlined and built on the back end. I think, why not? The potential absolutely huge. As we're launching inventory, I think that the payment is going to triple, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. And the story is coming. I think in the coming months that the app will be stocked with inventory, absolutely, and then we'll be direct sell, bring in more and more. It's a perfect jump in because you get to be a part of something groundbreaking that really has potential to the world. Don't hesitate for it. That's what I would.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kinsey. Thanks for your time. Appreciate you so much for taking some time on a Saturday morning to be with us. Hopefully we can maybe do another one of these in the future when things are a little bit more set in stone and everything. But looking forward to seeing you when you come down here and working with you at the new office and everything. It's going to be amazing. So appreciate your time, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you.
All right.